Hey there, Scratchers! Welcome back to the OREVEINS Education Digital Story Level 2 class. This is the third lesson of our second stage, and I'm so excited to start today's coding adventure with you. Today, we're not just using the core blocks we learned in Level 1. We're going to learn a super cool trick: how to use backdrop changes to move our story forward. We'll use Scratch to create a fantastic story called The Dog and Her Phonics Crystal. This story is full of adventure and learning fun. Our little dog, Dot, will meet a giraffe, a llama, and a snake. These three animals live in different places: a forest, a desert, and a woods. With the help of a magic crystal, Dot will learn the three different sounds of the letter A. The magic crystal is our core prop. It will guide Dot as she travels from one scene to another. The three animals each represent one of the three sounds of short A, low back A, and long A diphthong. Dot's reactions will guide us through the learning process. We'll use code to simulate her thinking and excitement to make the story even more lively. Are you ready? Let's break this story down into amazing scenes and use Scratch's magical blocks to bring it to life. First things first, let's get our stage and our actors ready. Go to the backdrop library and find these four backdrops. 1. Jungle. This is where our story begins. 2. Forest. The giraffe's home. 3. Desert. The llama's home. 4. Woods. The snake's home. Sprite setup. Let's delete the cat sprite from the stage, and then add these sprites. 1. The dog. Choose the Dog 2 sprite and rename it Dot. Don't forget to use the skills we learned in Level 1 to get its 5 costumes ready. The starting look. Walk 1 and Walk 2 for the walking animation. Think for thinking, and excited for talking excitedly and wagging its tail. 2. Magic crystal. Choose the crystal sprite from the library. Its two built-in costumes, Crystal A and Crystal B, are perfect for making a sparkling animation. 3. The animals. We only need one costume for each animal. Find and add the giraffe, llama, and snake sprites. Pick one great costume for each and delete any extras. 4. Text sprites. We'll upload a sprite named Text. It has 3 costumes: giraffe text, llama text, and snake text, which will be used to display the phonetic sounds A, and A. All set up. Now let's write the script for our first scene. When the green flag is clicked. Backdrop. First, we'll switch backdrop to jungle to start our story in the jungle. Initial sprite states, we'll hide all the animals and text sprites for now. Then, we'll make sure Dot is using her costume, show her, and move her to the center of the stage, X, 11, Y, -61. The magic crystal also needs to be hidden for now. This dialogue. Next, let's make Dot say her first line. I've heard the letter A has 3 different sounds, but it's like a riddle. To make it look like she's really talking, we'll use a repeat loop to quickly switch between the excited and costumes. This makes it look like she's wagging her tail and speaking excitedly. We'll use the same method for her next line. Can you help me? Finally, we'll add a wait 1 second block to make the animation feel natural, and then broadcast Crystal Show. The magic crystal's entrance. When I receive Crystal Show, the crystal appears. We'll show it and move it to X, 112, Y, -27. At the same time, let's add a play sound block, like magic spell, to make its entrance more dramatic. Let's create a twinkling animation. Use a repeat 4 times loop to make it quickly switch costumes. Then, let the crystal think and say its line. Hey. The A in giraffe makes the A sound. And now, for the coolest trick. We'll use a repeat until loop to make the crystal move toward the edge of the stage with Dot. When the crystal is touching edge, we can switch backdrop to forest. It's like opening a magic portal. Isn't that amazing? When the backdrop switches to the forest, all of our sprite states will change. when backdrop switches to forest. The giraffe. We'll show it, set its size to 70%, and move it to x minus 51, y 65, so it looks like it's eating leaves. The magic crystal. It will keep walking forward with dot. We'll use a repeat 4 times loop so it moves and twinkles at the same time. Then, it will think and say its line. The A in giraffe makes the sound. Next, the crystal will broadcast giraffe text. The text sprites. When I receive giraffe text, it will show up, move into position, and then we'll use a glide block to make the text float elegantly to the center of the screen. At the same time, we'll start sound, wand, until done to emphasize this important phonetic sound. The dog. Dot also needs to walk to her new spot. We'll use a repeat 4 times loop to switch between the dot walk 1 and dot walk 2 costumes while she moves, simulating a walking animation. After the crystal explains the sound, Dot will say, "Wow, that's so cool." Then she'll switch to the Dot think costume and think, "What's the next magical sound?" Finally, she'll broadcast, "Next show 1, to let the crystal know it's time to start the next scene. When the magic crystal receives next show 1, it will think and say the hint for the next scene. Next is the llama. Its A sound is Then, it will use our cool repeat until touching edge trick again, guiding Dot all the way until the backdrop switches to dessert. Great job, everyone! We've completed the most creative and challenging part. Remember the tips we learned last lesson for efficient coding? We can use them to quickly finish the code for Scene 3 and Scene 4. Awesome, class! We've made it to the final stop of our story, the woods. This scene is very similar to the last two, so we can use our copy-paste trick from the last lesson and just make a few small changes. This is what we call coding efficiency. When backdrop switches to woods, the snake, we'll show it and move it to a good spot, x minus 51, y 65, so it looks like it's in the grass. The magic crystal, just like before, it will walk a little bit with Dot. Then it will think and say its line. The A in snake made the A sound. After that, it will broadcast snake text. The text sprites. When I receive snake text, it will appear like magic, then use the glide and play sound blocks to emphasize the important A sound again. The dog. Dot will also walk in and then have a thinking moment. Next, Dot will say the big conclusion of the story, "Thank you. I finally understand the 3 sounds of A." I guess the sound changes whenever we change our backdrop. This line is the heart of our story because it summarizes what we learned. Finally, a grateful Dot will say, "Thank you for your help," and broadcast end to end the story. The story's end. When the story is over, we need to make all of our characters go back to their starting places so our project is ready to play again. When I receive end, the magic crystal. To celebrate, the crystal will play a fun song, dance space, twinkle a few times, and then hide. The animals and text sprites, they will all hide as well, leaving the stage empty. The backdrop. Finally, the stage will switch backdrop to jungle to go back to the beginning. And just like that, our story is perfectly finished. Let's quickly review the coding tricks we learned today. They are the secret weapons for creating interactive stories. We use the when green flag clicked block to set the story's initial state, just like a director shouting, "Action." Switch backdrop to, and when backdrop switches to, are a powerful pair. They act like turning the page in a book, driving the scene changes and bringing our characters to the stage. The repeat until touching edge block is super useful. It lets a character guide us through different scenes, making our story's transitions smooth and engaging. Broadcast and when I receive blocks are like walkie-talkies for our sprites. They make sure each character responds at the right time. Switch costume to and wait blocks are like a character's makeup artist, letting them make different expressions and movements. Through this project, we not only learned how to use basic Scratch features but also mastered the key idea of using background changes to guide a story. This will make your future Scratch stories much more interesting and creative. I hope today's class was helpful and that you're feeling inspired to keep on creating. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to check out our OREVEINS Education channel, subscribe for more content, and give us a thumbs up. It's a huge encouragement for us to keep making fun and exciting coding classes for you. See you in our next class.